Thank you, Mr. Scott. Mr. Neguse, you're recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and thank you, Leader Jeffries and Whip Clark. And I think you've eloquently described the stakes for the American people with respect to the health care crisis that Republicans have created. I have a particular question about a different provision of the CR, but before I do, I don't know if you care to expound with respect to Representative Scott's questions or anything you'd like to add.
Yeah, no, I appreciate Representative Scott, raising the questions and giving us an opportunity to respond, unlike his prior colleague. And the thing that I would say is we agree there's a broken healthcare system in the United States of America, and we need to fix it. The problem that we confront right now is that tens of millions of Americans who are in open enrollment as we speak are going to see their health insurance premiums skyrocket to levels of unaffordability. That's the crisis that is immediately in front of us. These tax credits expire on December 31st of this year. And our Republican colleagues saw fit with great urgency to renew massive tax breaks for your billionaire donors on July 3rd of this year, while at the same time enacting the largest cut to Medicaid in American history and causing hospitals, nursing homes, and community-based health centers, including in rural parts of Georgia and this country, to close. And that is why we believe this is a Republican health care crisis that needs to be decisively addressed with the fierce urgency of now.
And I couldn't agree more, Leader Jeffries. I want to talk about another provision that I described earlier as, I think, insidious. You and I, 4 years ago, Mr. McGovern, many of us were on the floor of the House on January 6th. There's a provision in this bill, this payday provision, for 8 Republican senators connected to January 6th, and I suspect you share the same outrage that I have about it. I wonder if you and Whip Clark might talk a bit about it.
Yeah, I'll yield to Whip Clark initially on it, and then we'll certainly have more to say.
This particular provision would be outrageous in the best of times. To say that we are going to use our appropriations process to put in specific personal payments to 8 specific senators in relation to an investigation, this is guaranteed money, as our colleague from Georgia pointed out. It is outrageous. And I heard our colleague, and I appreciated his comments and his candor about it. But what struck me was his reluctance to act in this moment. This is exactly the moment where we are not Democrats or Republicans, we're Americans who have identified something wrong, a payout in a bill when Americans are waving their hands and saying, we're not making it in this economy, we're not making it in this system. We have to hold ourselves accountable. And if we cannot reject and demand that that get out and proceed quickly with our work, then I would question what you think you're doing here. I don't think we have heard a single person try and muster any defense of this payout that was snuck into this bill. And the fact that at minimum we're going to pay U.S. sitting senators $8 million while we dismantle health care for people, while they can't afford to buy meat and coffee and groceries, they can't afford their electric bills. I mean, what are we doing? What are we doing? We have to be able to say no to this. This is blatant corruption and payouts that were snuck in, and we have to do this now. There's no excuse in the world for not acting.
Thank the distinguished gentleman for that question. It's extraordinary. And, for the American people, it's important to understand. We're talking about a multi-million-dollar slush fund that is in this bill for 8 Republican senators who apparently believe they're part of the House of Lords, because that's something that would be done. If you think you're a lord, not someone who is subject to the rule of law. That's extraordinary to me. And unfortunately, it appears that despite how outrageous this provision is, my Republican colleagues are prepared to vote for it here before the Rules Committee and tomorrow on the House floor, while at the same period of time can't find a dime to extend the Affordable Care Act tax credits for working class Americans, middle class Americans, and everyday Americans. It's shocking and it speaks for itself. And the American people are going to reject. This is real-time corruption that's on full display. A multi-million-dollar slush fund for 8 Republican senators that every single House Republican is apparently prepared to sign off on. And if you vote for it, you own it.
Well said, Leader Jeffries. With that, I'll yield to the chairman. Ranking member.
Yeah, I mean, Mr. Scott cited KFF, and I just kind of did a little search here. He cited KFF as saying that there is a 26% increase in premiums.